I'm going to show you how I learned to sleep during my BBL recovery. So sleeping is definitely the hardest part of recovery, like the worst. I had a really hard time sleeping for a few weeks. The technique I'm about to show you really helped. It's not perfect, it doesn't make it perfect, but it really helped, and I am now able to actually sleep on my stomach anytime I want because of this. Before doing this, I never slept on my stomach, and I thought it was impossible to sleep on your stomach. So I'm going to show you a couple tricks, and maybe it'll make your life a little bit better, your recovery a little bit better. Okay, so first, no pillow. Don't use a pillow for your head. You want your head to basically just be flat to the side. A long pillow, like a king size pillow, is very helpful for this. So you want to pull it underneath like half of your body. Throw your leg over it, and you want it to kind of elevate your shoulder a little bit. And at first, to get used to this, it really helps to have higher shoulder elevation. So kind of like this, and put your elbow back, that helps, and sometimes just down here. So no pillow, and elevate your shoulder, not your head. It might help you at first too to kind of like get in this position like you're almost on your side here. And if you need a little bit of head support, a thin pillow is sometimes a good option. Just play around with what makes you the most comfortable. Now, this arm you want straight out behind you, just lying next to you. And this is pretty much how I learned to sleep on my stomach. So I started kind of almost on the side a little bit. Like, you don't want to put pressure on your hip, but you kind of want to give yourself the illusion that you're sleeping on your side and not your stomach if you are bad at stomach sleeping. So I did this for a while, and eventually it got easier, and it got easier pretty quickly too. So I progressed down to basically just this. And I can pretty much sleep like this now without any problems. If you don't have any pillows, it's best to kind of keep your arm bent. So this one's straight, this one bent. But start off with a lot of pillows and more on your side, and eventually it gets a lot easier. It definitely gets easier. So there is hope. One big issue that a lot of people, I think, overlook or they don't realize is a problem when they're sleeping is breathing. Okay, so I have a deviated septum, and I have a really hard time breathing through my nose in general, which is the most healthy way to breathe. But I found that when I would lay and try to go to sleep on my stomach, I would fall asleep, and then as soon as I would fall asleep, I would wake up again. And I realized that it was because as soon as I fall asleep, my airway would kind of just relax and make it to where I couldn't breathe as easily. So keep that in mind, that could be a problem for you. And kind of adjust your head position to make sure you have a very patent airway. So I found that if I put my neck at kind of just the right angle, it was a lot easier to sleep because my airway didn't kind of collapse in on itself as soon as I fell asleep. I know it sounds kind of weird, but that is a thing that happens to a lot of people, especially if you have a deviated septum, if you have really big tonsils. I used to have gigantic tonsils and sleep apnea because of it. I'll show you another thing that really helps for sleep. These really help with sleep, and I highly suggest you use them for at least the whole duration of your recovery. It's going to help you
get a lot more oxygen to your cells. It's gonna help you just breathe better while you're sleeping, because your sleep is gonna suck. There's just no way around it. It's gonna suck. I've just tried to show you some things to make it more bearable. And I do definitely think it's pretty cool that I can sleep on my stomach now. I've never been able to do that, so it does get better. But these are just the nasal strips, and I actually wear them every night now, and my sleep has greatly improved since I've started wearing these. I think the sleep got a lot better by the 6-week mark, and that is pretty much when I started sleeping on my side and sitting, actually. So it does get better. Give it time, be patient, and it's gonna be worth it. So good luck.